Now broadcasting from his hidden bunker and fully stocked bar, it is the Saturday Report with Colt Sebastian Taylor.
Thank you and welcome once again, my friends, to the Saturday Report with me, Colt Sebastian Taylor, adventurer, entrepreneur, and amateur space junk tracker. And welcome to AWSM Radio, an independent digital-only radio station that plays today's best music, old school classics, along with a rotating cast of all-star DJs. AWSM Radio focuses on mainstream artists, independent artists, along with a variety of interesting talk and music shows throughout the day. All we do is entertain, inspire, and inform. And my friends, I want to engage with you. I want you to be part of the conversation. So find me on the Twitter, on the Instagram, and even on the Facebook at Colt S. Taylor. And if you are a subscriber, not a subscriber, but a follower of me on Twitch, you can watch me record this show and occasionally flub the opening the days before it broadcasts at twitch.tv/Colt S. Taylor. The podcast version of the show is at anchor.fm/Colt S. Taylor. And I'm also on Cameo. Just recorded one this week for someone named Jeff, who is celebrating his 52nd birthday. Happy birthday, Jeff. That's at cameo.com/Colt S. Taylor as well. All right, my friends around the world and those from Canada, let's get ready with this week's Saturday Report. First up this week, some sad music news. Rapper Coolio passed away this week at the age of 59 in Los Angeles. Apparently his friends called EMTs. They found him laying on the floor. He had not come out for a while and called EMTs. They came in, and unfortunately he had passed away, allegedly from cardiac arrest. No foul play is expected or suspected. They are doing an autopsy and toxicology to see the exact cause of death, but right now it does seem to be cardiac arrest. According to a statement released on Thursday from Coolio's talent manager, Sheila Finnegan, they told TMZ, quote, "We're saddened by the loss of our dear friend and client Coolio, who passed away Wednesday afternoon. He touched the world with his gift of his talent and will be missed profoundly. Please have Coolio's loved ones in your thoughts and prayers." Now, Coolio is perhaps best known for his 1995 release of Gangsta Paradise, which was a soundtrack for the featured Michelle Pfeiffer film Dangerous Minds. It was number one for 3 weeks when it was released. It became his signature hit. His other hits in the mid-90s include Fantastic Voyage, which was number 3 on the Billboard's Hot 100, as well as 1, 2, 3, 4, Something New, as well as It's All the Way Live Now. Also, a rare honor, Coolio was also parodied by Weird Al Yankovic, who did Amish Paradise very successfully. It was a very good parody. Weird Al's parodies, not all songs nail it. He did not. Reportedly, though, Coolio, not a fan of Weird Al's apparent parody of a song. I thought it was great, personally. But unfortunately, Coolio has passed away this week at the age of 59. He, however, exclusive on TMZ, Coolio will be featured on Futurama next season. He recorded lines and rapped before his death. So he apparently voiced a character on Futurama, and he'll be given a proper send-off. He plays the Kwanzaa bot, apparently on Futurama. Whatnot. His first appearance on the show was actually back in 2001. So he has made several appearances on Futurama. So you can see perhaps one of his last appearances and singings on next season's Futurama, where he plays Kwanzaa bot. So I would say a very good sense of humor. So once again, Coolio has passed away at the age of 59 in Los Angeles. Very, very sad milestone. In other music news, Alan Jackson was named this year's Lifetime Artists of the Year by CMT. Artists of a Lifetime for CMT's Artist of the Year celebration. Alan Jackson set to be awarded this prestigious honor in the upcoming 2022 CMT Artist of the Year ceremony. 9-minute special on October 14th at 9 p.m. on CMT from the Nashville's Schermerhorn Symphony Center. Also being featured as Artist of the Year will be Kane Brown, Luke Combs, Walker Hayes, Cody Johnson, and Carly Pierce. According to Jackson's statement he released after he's received this award, I believe I've made more videos than just about anybody, and I know how important they have been in bringing my songs to life for the fans. So thank you, CMT, for all the years for this sweet honor. I'm very proud. Past Lifetime honorees include Randy Travis, Reba McEntire, Loretta Lynn, Shania Twain, Kenny Rogers, and Merle Haggard. In 1989, Jackson made his debut on the Billboard's country charts with Blue Blood Woman. Did not do very well, but he had 5 top singles with Here in the Real World, Wanted, Chasing That Neon Rainbow, before a string of chart toppers in 1991 with I'd Love You All Over Again, Don't Rock the Jukebox, and Someday. To date, he has 26 number 1 Billboard country hits, also including Where I Come From, It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere, maybe that's where I know him from, Drive, Where Were You When the World Stopped Turning, and he's apparently earned 51 top 10 hits and charted 84 songs on Billboard's country song charts. He became a member of the Grand Ole Opry in 1991 and was inducted in the Music Hall of Fame in 2017. Apparently, he also has 16 Country Music Association awards, including 3 CMA Entertainer of the Year trophies, and he last year released his 25th album, Where Have You Gone, and is currently on his Last Call, One More Road Tour. I do not know who this is. I don't know who Alan Jackson is. Maybe, maybe it's 5 O'Clock Somewhere. Maybe that's the only song I know. I just, you know who Coolio is. I do not know who Alan Jackson is. I do not know. Not my area of expertise there. No, sir. So, I don't know. But anyways, congratulations, Alan Jackson, on this prestigious award. I certainly know the names that other people got to. Don't know who you are. Moving along this week, also some very tragic news coming out of Florida where Hurricane Ian struck the mid part of the state. No real firm word at the moment about how many fatalities, but lots of damage. Probably quite a few fatalities. Came ashore as a Category 4 hurricane. That is a very, very strong hurricane. I would suggest, my friends, if you have a little scratch on the side, perhaps donating some money to the Red Cross to help support the relief efforts in the Sunshine State, even though, it was Florida. But still, there are plenty of good people there who do need your help. And listen, if you did not have a chance to watch the coverage on the Weather Channel this week, holy moly, they had some coverage there. Their go-to guy for severe weather, Jim Cantori, was actually hit by a piece of flying tree as he did a live report. He was standing out on the street in 100-mile-an-hour winds, and a tree branch whacked him in the shin, knocked him over, and he had to kind of crawl to get off to the side. He's fine. But, listen, folks, here's a pro tip for you. If you're outside mowing the lawn and Jim Cantori shows up and starts setting up a chute in front of your lawn, weather's about to get bad. That's like a meme now. When Jim Cantori shows up, it's time for you to get out of there. He's very good at what he does. He is one of the best out there. He's always at the hurricanes or blizzards and whatnot. You should go on YouTube and look for him catching thunder snow on TV, on camera. He lost it. It's very, very funny. But this was perhaps one of the worst storms to hit Florida in quite a long time. Jim Cantore said, this quote, "This is one of the worst hurricanes I've ever been in. It may be the worst in terms of covering over 25 years and 90 storms. It looks like the North Atlantic Ocean here in Fort Myers, the ocean, the river, the Gulf have taken over everything." It was a very bad storm. They actually, there's also footage. They mounted a camera on like an 8-foot pole in Fort Myers and did like a time lapse, and you see the water start coming in, rising, and then waves crashing against this camera with debris. It's 8 feet off the ground, and the water is lapping at it. So a lot of people are impacted by that. In fact, one of the members of my D&D game on Wednesday, the Longshots, played the voice actor of Meow, was in Tampa. Fortunately, he did not lose power during our game, whatnot. But it was a little dicey. It was a little dicey. He said it was the worst sleep he had ever had. It was so windy and noisy outside with the wind and the rain, made sleeping very, very, very tough. So next week we'll probably have a better idea of what happened down there in Florida. Right now it's probably somewhere in South Carolina. It left Florida, strengthened a little bit, and hooked itself right back into the Kakalakis. So for all those in Florida recovering, I hope you are getting progress, getting the help that you need. And for those still being affected or going to be affected by the storm, do be safe out there. You know what? I've known a few Ians in my life, and I haven't liked any of them. And Hurricane Ian, well, I'm not surprised it was as terrible as it was. In celebrity news, Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead, best known as Daryl, has received a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Best known for the last 12 years as playing Daryl Dixon on The Walking Dead. Was one of the lead characters since the series started in 2010 and has survived this long. I mean, this is a high body count on that show. Got a Hollywood Walk of Star this week. Pretty great for him. He's a pretty good guy. He was joined by John Bernthal, who played Shane in the first few seasons of Walking Dead. Also did the Punisher series on Marvel as the Punisher character, that actor, as well as Greg Nicotero, the series director and whatnot. In a brief speech, Norman Reedus admitted that he did not see this coming. He said, "My mom is here. Thank you for putting up with me with all the years. I know it wasn't easy." Then passing the baton, "Diane, I love you so much. Thank you for giving me a beautiful family and a home environment that is so joyous and fun every day." He paid tribute to his 3 children, Nova, 3, to his children. There's 2. Nova, who was 3, and Mingus Reedus, who was 23, describing them as the proudest thing I've ever done. His son is about like a half a foot taller than him, looks like a model. Holy moly. It's a handsome man. My goodness. So if you want to see the Norman Reedus Hollywood star, it is at the 6600 Hollywood Boulevard in front of Hollywood Toys and Costumes. It is the 2,734th Hollywood star and awarded in the category of television. Norman Reedus also, besides acting, also has interests in photography, directing, and art, and he became a New York Times best-selling author this year by releasing his debut novel, The Ravaged, earlier this year. Have not read it, but, I'm sure it's pretty good. So, anyways, Norman Reedus, Daryl, also in the Boondock Saints, and I believe Blade 2, now I think of it, got a Hollywood Walk of Fame star this week. Congratulations, Mr. Reedus. My friends, you know who deserves a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame because he's a star in my eyes? It's my pal DC, And he has 3 shows here on AWSM Radio. I mean, I can barely put together one. I don't know how he does it, but you can listen to him because he is our in-house DJ. And on Fridays at 9 p.m., it's DC Live in Effect, where DC mixes it up. And you do not, my friends, you just do not want to miss it. While he smashes it on the ones and twos, kicking the beats from South Florida. Hopefully this week he still has power. I believe he does. And then on Saturdays, it's DC House Party Saturdays, bringing his freestyling DJ to the max. House Party Saturdays gives you the Miami vibe without actually having to go to Miami. From the top clubs to the bars, DC will bring the party to you, my friends. That's Saturday at 10 p.m. And then right back at you at 10 p.m. Sundays, DC Live in Effect once again. So, just to recap, Fridays at 9 p.m. you've got DC Live in Effect. Saturdays at 10 p.m. it's DC House Party Saturdays. And then Sundays, DC Live in Effect again. Sunday at 10 p.m. So, check it out, DC, our in-house DJ, right here, my friends, on AWSM Radio. Moving along and continuing in the literature world, as I mentioned before the commercial, that Norman Reedus had a debut album, but you know who else has a debut album coming out next year? Tom Hanks, that's right. Everyone's favorite second dad, Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is releasing his debut novel called The Making of Another Motion Picture Masterpiece. The title suggests it will center around something that Tom Hanks knows a lot about, making a movie. Apparently, the book spans 80 years and will be split into several sections starting in 1947, when a soldier returns from World War II, has a brief but memorable encounter with his young nephew, and then, poof, disappears. And on top of writing the novel, Tom Hanks created 3 comic books that are central to the book's plot and has spread them out throughout the novel. He wrote the comics, which is pretty amazing too. So he wrote 3 comics that connect with this book. According to an interview on People, Tom Hanks says, quote, "The source for the movie can go back as many years as are in history. A story turns on a single moment in the life of someone, and then all the anecdotes of the current day magnify that moment. Going back to 1947 makes sense, as it would starting in, say, 1559. Human yearning has proven to be timeless. No one knows how a movie is made, though everyone thinks they do. I've made a ton of movies, and 4 of them are pretty good, I think, and I'm still amazed how a film comes together. From a flicker of an idea to the flickering image on screen, the whole process is a miracle." So, nice, right? So anyway, this is his first novel, but his second book, he wrote Uncommon Type, a short story collection, which was published in 2017, but this is his first full-blown novel. So, I mean, he's a talented guy. I imagine it'll be pretty good. So good luck to you there, Mr. Hanks. Moving on in music news, Avicii, who sadly passed away in 2018 from reportedly suicide. His family has sold 75% of his catalog to Pop House. He was a multi-platinum selling Swedish DJ, and they've sold his master recordings to Pop House Entertainment, a Stockholm-based company co-founded by ABBA's Bjorn Ulvaeus, which is behind the group's multi-billion-dollar Void show in London and other enterprises. The family estate will maintain ownership of the remaining 25%. The figures of the deal is estimated to be at 9 figures, but was not disclosed. So 9 figures is several $1 billion. According to the announcement, a joint venture has been created between the family and estate of Avicii and Pop House to, quote, safeguard Avicii's indelible legacy through future global endeavors, such as interactive tribute museum in Stockholm, the Avicii Experience, the Pop House, and the family opened together in February. Avicii's father, Klaus Berling, commented, quote, Pop House has presented a concrete concept proposal for long-term care and development of Tim, which was his first real name, musical heritage. Through this deal, we are also securing Tim Burley's Foundation's long-term finances, creating opportunity to act decisively on the Foundation's commitment to supporting such important issues as mental health and well-being of young people. Working with the Tim Burling Foundation is a full-time commitment for us. The Foundation has only been running for a few years, and much needs to be done for a long time to come. According to Pop House CEO Peter Studen, who first signed him in 2010 as the CEO of Universal Sweden, Tim was not only the world's best DJ, he was an extremely productive genius who always went his own way, mixing genres, challenging conventions, and creating music. I followed his whole journey, and it is with honor and pride that I and the entire Pop House company, together with the Burling family, will nurture and introduce his music to a new generation of listeners in all parts of the world. So he did pass away in 2018. Had a 2011 Grammy-nominated single Levels, followed by year, but he was ranked as number one DJ in the world by DJ Magazine. He had his solo debut in 2013, True. Had a top 10 hit more than 15 countries. Powered by the lead single Wake Me Up, which is a great song, an amazing song. Had released multiple hit singles and collaborated with artists such as Coldplay's Chris Martin, Zach Brown, Adam Lambert, Rita Ora. Produced records for Madonna, Coldplay, and several others. However, he did suffer from depression and substance abuse, and the family released a statement that implied that he did take his own life. In 2019, however, the family did launch a mental illness and suicide prevention foundation in his honor called the Tim Burling Foundation, which was his first name. 4 years after his death, his music garners more than 30 million listeners a month on Spotify. So, family has sold off his music to help fund the foundation, which was named in his honor. So, sounds like win-win all around. They still maintain 25% ownership, which means I imagine they'll get a little side royalties from time to time. But so a long line of folks selling their masters to these conglomerates. There'll be many more this year, next year, and when one pops up, I will tell you about it. Moving along in other music news, Lizzo, award-winning singer. Did you also? She plays the flute. Yeah, she is not accomplished, but she knows how to play the flute. She plays the flute. Lizzo, the twerking queen of the world. Lizzo. She's amazingly talented. I didn't know she played the flute. Well, anyway, she visited the Library of Congress this week and played on James Madison's crystal flute. And that is not a euphemism about something. There actually is a crystal flute that was given to James Madison, the fourth president of the United States, over 200 years ago, for a second inauguration by French designer Claude Laurent. But, she went to the Library of Congress, and they let her pick up the flute and played on, and she was pretty talented. She played the flute for a bit in a concert hall and the halls of the Library of Congress, and then the Library of Congress went to a concert in Washington, D.C., and she was allowed to play it during the concert. And again, was pretty amazing. She said, "We just did a DNA test. It turns out that it's 100% crystal flute. Played at her DC stop." Sorry, the library tweeted this. Played at her DC stop of the special tour tonight. It's safe and sound back at the Library of Congress. Pretty amazing. Apparently, the Library of Congress has one of the world's largest flute collections. Flute collections. They even have a flute made of plexiglass, which is one of the first times when it was first invented. One of the first things they did with it was make a flute of it to show how versatile it was. They could make a complex thing like a flute. So, but, yep, Lizzo played on James Madison's crystal flute. She said it was like playing out of a wine glass. So, pretty amazing. You should look for the clips on Twitter and YouTube of her playing in the halls and then at the concert. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I have a lot of respect for Lizzo. The fact that she can easily play a 200-plus-year-old crystal flute, well, even more impressive. Moving along, folks, as you may have remembered this morning when you woke up, it is now October. That's right, it's October, which means you can start getting out the Halloween decorations. Gotta get the rakes ready. Leaves will be changing soon, depending on your, where you are in the world. I mean, if you're my friend from New Zealand, then, it's springtime. But if you are in the Northwest Territories of Canada, it's probably around 8 feet of snow up there. But, where I am, fall is coming. Fall is coming. That means pumpkin spice. That's right, pumpkin spice. It seems to be coming earlier every year, but lots of folks don't want to get into it until it's, finally October. Well, guess what, folks? Pumpkin spice is not only getting here earlier, but it is also invading other things. That's right. You've had, pumpkin spice butter. There's probably pumpkin spice vodka out there. I mean, if there isn't already, someone's obviously working on it. There's pumpkin spice, pumpkin spice candy, but now there's a pumpkin spice latte ring. Yes, that's right, my friends. If you are completely obsessed with pumpkin spice lattes, you can buy a pumpkin spice latte ring for $11,000. That's right, Angelic Diamonds has created what it calls the world's first pumpkin spice latte ring at $11,300. The most expensive pumpkin spice latte merchandise you could possibly have. It even has pumpkin spice engraved on the inside of the ring. It features a whipped cream-shaped diamond center surrounded by white diamonds, orange sapphires, encased in a cup-shaped claw meant to mimic a warm cup of pumpkin spice coffee. There's white diamonds, orange sapphires, emerald shoulders that decorate each side of the gold rose band. That's right. Pretty amazing. Even the packaging has a pumpkin spice twist. The ring box comes with a cardboard coffee cup wrap, a pumpkin enclosure latch, and smells like pumpkin spice when you open the ring box. Yes, that's right. If you've got $11,000 plus to spend, Angelic Diamonds will get you that perfect pumpkin spice latte ring, and then the ninth seal will be unlocked, and an Armageddon will be released upon the land. Death himself will only be commanded by that who controls the pumpkin spice ring. So, yep, that's a thing. Moving on to entertainment news. A few weeks ago, maybe it was last week, maybe it was the week before, I talked about Tubi, which is a streaming service, releasing a made-for-TV movie about the Johnny Depp Amanda Heard trial called Hot Take, the Depp Heard Trial. Well, the trailer's out. They made this movie real quick because that was just this summer, and it is out. It was out yesterday. Premiered September 30th on free ad-supported Tubi. Stars Mark Hapka as Johnny Depp and Megan Davis as Heard. I watched the trailer, and it is, just all sorts of why. But the guy playing Johnny Depp does sound a little bit like him. Amanda Heard, give or take. This movie was fast-tracked into production by Fox Entertainment's Mar Vista Entertainment to, quote, to capture the timely take on a story that became part of the cultural zeitgeist, painting a unique picture of what millions watched play out in the headlines over the summer, according to Tubi Chief Content Officer Adam Lewinson. So apparently, though, they're going to give both sides of the story take on things. I guess trying to be even about it. The trailer also references the TikTok trend during the trial, which users mocked Heard's emotional testimony on the stand. So I don't know how many people got the Tubi. Will I watch it? No. Watch the trailer, and you know what? I think I think I've seen enough. But hey, listen, if you do watch it, let me know, and I will convey your review to the world as well. So there's that. Moving along in other entertainment news, Hocus Pocus, the classic movie from 1993, with Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kathy Najimy, recently had a sequel, Hocus Pocus 2, which is, again, also debuted on Friday, September 30th. I feel like that probably got a little bit more views than the Johnny Depp movie and whatnot. But there's now a Hocus Pocus musical in the works. So obviously these things take time to develop and whatnot. But it's being worked on. The film's producer David Kirshner spoke about the planned stage adaptation in a new interview on Broadway podcast networks and Art of Kindness, and was shared with people ahead of its release this week. He said it started before COVID, but is now back on track, and that is that they are building a Broadway version of Hocus Pocus. So that's great. I mean, I've heard good things about the new movie. I have not seen it quite yet. But the original movie was 1993. They did the sequel almost 30 years later. Yeah, almost 30 years later in 2022. Telling a similar story. The trailer looked pretty amazing. The three of them still amazing. They still look good. And now they're doing a Broadway version of Hocus Pocus. I think I know some folks who probably will be trying to see that on Broadway, and I'll probably have to go with them. But anyways, Hocus Pocus 2, it's out right now. You should check it out on Disney+. And then maybe next year, maybe the year after, Hocus Pocus, the Broadway musical, coming to a Broadway or off-Broadway stage near you. Speaking of music, my friends, when you're driving home from work, you want an evening commute home that's fun. Well, my friends, the Rock Sessions are here for you every weekday, Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., hosted by my pal, the wonderful, beautiful Rox. The Rock Sessions is our drive time commute home show featuring the hottest music on the charts and some other surprises in between. My pal Rox will make it rock, Rox style. It is the way to go. It's the way to drive home. You need to listen to her Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., only on AWSM Radio. We now go to space. This week, DART, the Double Asteroid Redirection Test, sent a vending-sized machine probe to crash into an asteroid as a test to see if they could target asteroids as a way to have a planetary defense to redirect asteroids from striking the Earth. The test was a success, carried live on multiple news channels of this satellite probe taking pictures, getting closer and closer, and then right on top of an asteroid. Amazing detail before they lost the signal when it crashed into the asteroid. And Mission Control very happy. Usually don't get too happy when you lose a satellite like that, but they were very, very, very happy. And the Hubble telescope and the James Webb telescope were both aimed at the asteroid and captured the impact of the probe. The first time both telescopes have been trained on the same celestial target at the same time. Pretty amazing pictures. The impact caused pieces be shot out in all directions, and they're going to use the images from those telescopes to see how fast material was ejected out from the asteroid to determine how fast it was going. I guess they can do that using math and whatnot. Pretty amazing stuff. The asteroid named Dimorphos was traveling around 14,000 miles. Was traveling over a speed 3 times faster than it was originally allowed to track. But they were able to position the telescope to sort of track this asteroid successfully, and were able to catch it. The Hubble telescope, which is 32 years old, used its wide field camera 3 to capture its own image of the collision, and like I said, the ejection shot out and was lit up like rays of light from every direction of the impact and whatnot. So they were going to examine all of those, and they're trying to figure out, understanding what everything means. The agency knows that there's some of the impact streams that came out from the asteroid were curved. They don't really know why, but they're going to examine that. Now, things didn't like shoot out like an explosion. These sort of rays that came out were over the course of 8 hours, slowly shooting out in all directions. So the DART test, which took 10 months to launch to hit, the idea is that they're going to get this data together so if an asteroid was coming to hit Earth, they could launch something, hit the asteroid, and redirect it out of the way. Not blow it up like they did in Armageddon or the other comet movie, but just knock it off to the side, just redirect it a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, so it just barely misses the Earth. So hopefully they never have to do that, but also good that someone there's working on that and not relying on oil drillers and Bruce Willis to save the world. Get your hands off my basketball, you damn dirty Knicks fan. Nope, that's not from a movie. That's from nothing, really. But it's a great segue for a show we have here on AWSM Radio. It's called To the Rack with Mac. It is your go-to spot for all things basketball. Join NBA expert Mac Daddy as he brings you a full hour of high-flying hoops expertise for all things NBA. Tune in to Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. And then we did it. We blew it all up. No. We're just blowing up the airwaves with what's going on. It's the Fox Sports Affiliate Show, providing listeners with over 150 combined years of sports knowledge, hosted by Nate Brown and his crew. They have been a staple of Western New York sports for the past 2 decades, and now they're moving national Wednesdays at 10 p.m. So for Wednesday, come here for all your sports, 9 p.m., To the Rack with Mac, 10 p.m., What's Going On, only here at AWSM Radio. My friends, we've come to the end of this week's Saturday Report with me, Colt Sebastian Taylor, on this first day of October. Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, you can find me on the Twitter, on the Instagram, on the Facebook at Colt S. Taylor. I'm going to try posting on a more regular basis some news stories, some fun little promotional stuff, and fun things that come across throughout the week. So I'm trying to be a little bit more active on social media. So follow me there. Watch the sneak peek recording of this show on twitch.tv/Colt S. Taylor. Follow and be alerted when I go live. I also do some World of Warship playing on there as well. And if you missed the show, you can listen to the podcast version at Colt S. Taylor at anchor.fm And of course, I'm on Cameo at Colt S. Taylor as well. And follow ColtSebastianTaylor.com. Until next time, I'm Colt Sebastian Taylor, and I'll see you later.